Hey, this is Joe Baginski. I'm here with another time-lapse drawing. Two time-lapse drawings. Um, the first one is Attempted Murder, the one I'm doing now, and then the other one, Threshold Guardian, I'll get to when I get to. For both of them, I didn't really have a solid idea going into it. I knew I wanted figures because that's my what I'm interested in drawing. But other than that, I just wanted something cool and something that was like I guess like modern sort of composition, for lack of a better term. But I mean, those were the main things I wanted. Like a fun composition and like cool, interesting figures. So this one, Attempted Murder, pretty straightforward. A guy's got a knife, like a dagger, like a double-sided, double-edged dagger. And I guess like to me like the name of the title implies that the guy with his hands up, that's I guess like from your perspective, survives. So it's sort of like a happy-ish ending, like he's not murdered. The circumstances surrounding it, like I kind of created the scenario in my head of like it like if he killed him, it would be like second degree murder, because like he it's not manslaughter because he's like has like ill intent, like malicious intent, but it's also wouldn't be first degree because he's like in a heat of the moment, and he didn't take attempts to to hide it from from the public, from the two people in the background. This is the final image, by the way. And then like the dagger thing, it's like I put a skull as the pommel, which is sort of like it's not really like a knife that you use for like a knife that you use for self defense would be like a pocket knife or something. And this seems like like he went to his house, or he went to his his car or something, and he got a knife out. But that's pretty much all I have to say on that. Now going over to the Threshold Guardian, my second piece. Here we go. Threshold of the Guardian. As I started out, I was just kind of doing. I wanted a interesting, figure in an interesting pose or something that looked cool. So I started out sort of. I brought the figure and the environment up at the same time, sort of. The figure's pretty much done at this point, and I do most of the like the rest of it's pretty much environment. Threshold, it's a threshold guardian, also known as like a dweller on the threshold. It's like a figure, like a spectral figure. That's sort of like it's like the thing you need to defeat to move on to the next stage, or like the next realm of awareness or whatever. I don't really I don't really know. It's a thing from Theosophy, which I really don't know anything about, but I like the concept, and it's used a lot. Here's the finish, by the way, and then I'll have it side by side. I did a little effect on the colored background in the Threshold Guardian. I did that. I did I drew it, and then I did some filters in Photoshop because I wanted like a kind of like I wanted something interesting that was different than the main area, to sort of represent the transition into the new world or whatever. And I had been like goofing around at work with some like filters, trying to get something like in my regular work. And I just kind of wound up on that, and I figured, oh, that might look cool to sort of use that for something. Like it's a combination of a couple of filters. And I guess the reason like I'm doing these together, aside from the fact that like I missed last week putting up a video, I've been thinking like I've been doing a lot of sort of I'm gonna say traditional drawing, but I know my drawings don't really look that like that. But for me, like drawing, like I've gone over this before, but there's for me there's two ways to draw. There's the classical way and the modern way. Where like the classical way is like you're trying to like get the form of objects, you know, in particular humans, because that's sort of what I focus on. But you know, it applies to anything. So you're trying to get the you're trying to do a lot of rounded shapes to get. I don't know how to explain it, but you're trying to figure out the volume. You're trying to have the volume. You're trying to use volume to express shape, and then opposed to that is like the modern. And I really don't like these two terms, but I don't have a better vocabulary, you know. So like the modern term is you're trying to get compositions. You're trying to get a composition, and you use lines to make those compositions, and they can suggest shapes and suggest meaning. Again, I hate I hate talking about what art means, but like those are the two ways to draw, to me, and I'm trying to find a way to marry the two types. And it's sort of like this is sort of a response to some of my like other things we're working on that were more about getting that was more classical drawing, and it was more about getting the volume and the form of the figure, and less about using lines to compose an image. And it reminded me of like when I was in college, they made us read the Masterpiece by Emile Zola. It's a very good book. Like, I don't read a lot of books, so it was very good that I was forced to read that in school. And that's one of the things that's unfortunate about like kids today is with the AI. It's like they can just put into AI like, give me a paper on this, but like we had to we'd actually read it. We had Cliff's Notes, but or Spark Notes, I remember. But part of it was like, it was the or not part of it, like the main thrust is like the character who's based on like Paul Cézanne was like he's like trying to split the classical and the modern. He's trying to bring it into one masterpiece. And like skip to the end if you don't want to hear the spoiler, but he drives him mad and he kills himself. There's a thing part of the fun of the book is that like Emile Zola wrote it about his friend, not about, but based on his friend Paul Cézanne. And then like they never talked again after the book came out, because like Paul Cézanne didn't appreciate it, which is kind of fair, because he makes the Paul Cézanne guy like kind of like sort of unhinged, I guess, because he's unable to take care of his family, and he commits suicide. And then the character that's based on Emile Zola is like a really stand-up guy, family man, who's good at making a living, but like in real life, Emile Zola was like cheating on his wife. That's like a thing they told me in class, it's a funny anecdote. But that's what I've been thinking of lately, and I guess I'm just very thankful that I was forced to read that book. Which is probably, it's looking back on it, like I really hated reading books when I was in school, but I think about them all the time, and I kind of it's like a thing, like it's like an investment in your future, like it's not very fun to read a book, but then like it is fun having read the book and having the things like pop in your mind every once in a while, like thoughts on it. But that's it. That's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to say about the two things. There's not too much. There's no like message in it. They're just like interesting designs, or interesting images. Hopefully you find them interesting. The two images, they're available on archive.org. There'll be a link in the description. I have the two images. I put them in the public domain. So if you like them, feel free to, you can download them and use them for whatever you want. If you want to do a coloring version of, attempted murder, go ahead. If you want to use it for anything, go ahead. That's pretty much it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the drawings, if there's one you prefer more than the other. If you've read the masterpiece and have any thoughts on it. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.